Boom shakalaka, huge warning for all Bitcoin and Ethereum holders. You do not want to be fooled by this going into this chart. Why this explains everything. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Big red day today. Everything is bleeding. And we're going to talk about exactly why. Before we do, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and if you want to join our private Discord server, you could check out the pinned link in the comments. Now, this chart pretty much explains everything that's going on, and we're going to get into it in a minute. But before we do, guys, the real cause behind this main big bloodbath going on today, all the red, is because miners are selling all of their Bitcoin. I'm not sure if you could see this chart right behind my head, but basically the miner position index, this shows how much miners are selling their Bitcoin, is at a pretty much relative high. It hasn't been this high since the peak back in July 2019 or since basically what happened in 2017, 2018. Now, we can't go blaming the miners for everything. I mean, they have to make some money. That's how they stay alive. That's how they continue to mine. They've actually been mining at a loss for probably about 6 months before Bitcoin crossed the $15,000 mark. So now they're capitalizing on it. Bitcoin price has gone up and they're taking advantage of that to get their money back. Now, is this necessarily a bad thing? I would say no, because as these miners are selling Bitcoin, which they have to do in order to continue mining, continue verifying the blocks, well, guess what? The number of addresses with greater than 1,000 Bitcoin are continually growing. They're the highest they've ever been. Even as the price tanks, the number of addresses keeps on growing. So these large players, these hodlers who are taking supply out of existence, they continue to acquire Bitcoin even as the price drops. Right now, this is just an effort to shake out the weak hands. Basically, people who bought on the way up, this is their first rodeo. I mean, if you're into Bitcoin, you got to know it's a roller coaster, all right? If this is your first rodeo, however, it may seem scary. You may have bought at prices higher than Bitcoin is at right now. Well, guess what? This is pretty much the highest Bitcoin's ever been. And it may continue going up, but also we may see some retracement. Now, what are these charts, these retracements that I'm talking about? Well, if we take a look right now at what's happened recently, okay, Bitcoin broke $20,000 and then within 3 weeks, it doubled in price. Now, if we take a look at a fib retracement, Bitcoin's come back down to right around between the 61.8 and the 78.6. Now, historically, we've also had some other halvings that we can kind of look at and see what happened there. So if we take a look at the last halving, Bitcoin broke through previous all-time highs right around $1,000, and then in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, it over doubled in price. It almost tripled in price that time. But then the price came back down to somewhere between the 23.6 and the 38.2, right in here. All right, between $1,600 and $1,900, it actually hit a low of $1,793. Now, that's not the only one, because again, if we take a look at the halving before that, Bitcoin broke previous all-time highs of right around $32, and then within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, it hit a new all-time high of $267. That's almost 10x in 6 weeks. But then the price dropped down pretty dramatically all the way down here to the $50, dropping way below even the 23.6. So, but pretty much finding support on the 23.6, as you can see here. Now, in the second one, the most recent one, if we zoom in on this one found support pretty much at the 38.2. So you remember the one previous, the first halving found support at the 23.6. This one found support at the 38.2. Well, potentially, I mean, this is just speculation, but I'm thinking that we might find support somewhere around the 50, right around $30,000. Now, why? Why am I saying that? The main reason I'm saying that is because of this graph right here. We have the highest number of hodlers we've ever had in Bitcoin ever. And we have new hodlers wanting to enter the market at a discount. If they've been thinking about sitting on the sideline buying the dip, now is the dip. If we take a look more on a daily chart of what's going on with Bitcoin, these are the 6-hour candles. Let's go to the 4-hour candles. All right, here we go. So Bitcoin, it broke outside of the bullish megaphone, hit $40,000, and then it basically has been dropping since then. Now it dropped below the 4-hour MA50, which it really hasn't stayed below for a consistent amount of time since September, way back here. But also it's headed towards this yellow line. Now this yellow line is my own indicator. This is the 37-day moving average. Basically, anytime that Bitcoin or any other crypto drops below here, you're buying the dip. If it doesn't, then you're not really buying the dip. Now you're buying a temporary dip right now. These are the scary moments when you have to buy the dip if you want to buy the dip. Could it keep going? Yeah, absolutely could keep going. But this right here, right around $30,000, pretty much the same area that the 50 fib retracement is at. So that $30,000 could potentially be the mark where Bitcoin could be sitting. Or if it goes below there, you're getting one hell of a discount on Bitcoin, because you have to remember the fundamentals have not changed on Bitcoin. Nothing fundamentally has changed. Basically, money is shifting hands. It's going from the miners who are running a business and have to continue to be profitable to continue to run a business, and it's basically going over to institutions. They're happier than ever to buy Bitcoin at 33,000 instead of 40,000, but you have to remember they were buying it all the way up, market buying it over the counter at premiums. So I wouldn't necessarily be scared. We're still in a bull market. Nothing has fundamentally changed with Bitcoin. And for you ETH holders out there, ETH was so close to a breakout. I mean, it was within $100 of previous all-time highs. But as you can see, it's coming back down. Right now, ETH price is about 10.22, right around here. Now, all I do to find out where ETH could kind of rest, this is like the simplest TA you could do, is just plot the points of previous support and resistance. So all I do is I come over to here to the left, and then I click on horizontal line, and I just plot every top that I see. And that makes this chart right here, which shows us exactly where ETH is likely to go. So as we can see, ETH is resting right on this support. If it breaks through there, could head to 985. If it breaks through there, look, we got really strong support. 2 lines at right around 900. Breaks through there, 832. Breaks through there, again, strong lines right above 700. So this is a very easy way to find out support and resistance. But another handy way is just to take a look at the fib retracement from the bottom to the top. And would you look at that? ETH pretty much bounced off the 61.8 and is resting on the 78.6 right now. So that is how simple stuff works with TA. Guys, this is actually a normal, healthy market move. And as you can see here, I just want to point this out because this is really important. Let's see if I can get, there we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. We'll figure it out eventually. Okay, there we go. Okay, this going on right here is pretty much normal. I'm going to delete this fib retracement, but look at this. From the bottom in March, bounced off it again in October. This line plotted to hit my $70,000 by October of 2021, plus also potentially go all the way up to $280 by the next top. Well, guess what? We're still way above that. Still way above that. It can keep bouncing off this line and still get us to insane areas. It's normal to have pullbacks, normal to have market movements, but as you can see, it's happening pretty consistently. I mean, if it goes up too much, it's called exuberance. The market has to have a pullback, and then again, it'll go up. It goes up in waves. So if this is your first rodeo, buckle in. Don't sell, because guess what? Bitcoin's the strongest money we've ever had, the hardest money we've ever had. There's a fixed supply. There's 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and 21 million Bitcoin. And you want to make sure you're still holding on to yours at the end of 2021. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't, click the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.